Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare Renaissance meatball skewers. We need lean veal. The Renaissance author suggests to use veal leg. Then cold fat. We use pork cold fat to wrap the meatballs. If your butcher doesn't have it, you can skip this step. Then marjoram, you can use fresh or dry, parsley, grated cheese, lardo, 1 egg yolk and spices. Black pepper, nutmeg, cloves and saffron. First, we pick the leaves from the marjoram twigs and we chop them. There's no need to mince it finely. Then we chop the parsley. Now we mince the veal. You can use a knife or a food processor. We don't want to mince it too finely. The author suggests to use veal leg, but you can use any lean cut. Then we mince the cured pork fatback, called lardo in Italian. The Renaissance author leaves us the choice between lardo and veal fat. Lardo is already salted, but if you choose to use veal fat, remember to add salt. Now we mix the veal and the lardo. Then we add half the cheese and the herbs. We use Parmigiano, a cheese with a long tradition starting from the Middle Ages. Then we mix everything together with the spices. Now we add the yolk and the rest of the cheese to prevent the yolk from spreading on the cutting board. Now we form the meatballs. The author of the recipe suggests the size of an egg. Then we cut the cold fat. Don't worry if the pieces aren't all identical. You don't need precision. The cold fat will stick easily to the meat with a little pressure. These meatballs are delicious also cooked in a pan. But now we skewer the meatballs. Make a slow movement and keep your fingers near the exit hole of the skewer to keep the shape of the meatball. But remember to skewer just the meatball and not the fingers. Now we cook the skewers on charcoal, turning them often. The lardo and the cold fat will prevent the meatballs to become dry, but still be careful not to overcook them. This recipe was written by the Renaissance cook Martino de' Rossi, also known as Maestro Martino. His work, titled Libro d'Arte Culinaria, was the most famous cookbook of the 15th century. It's the first real testimony of the Renaissance cuisine. We notice the medieval influence, the spices, the typical saffron yellow of many medieval dishes, but also the perfect balance between the lean meat and the cold fat and lardo, and the use of fresh herbs, distinctive of the Renaissance. Now we plate the meatballs. You can serve them on the skewers or remove from the skewers and then plate. It's a dish full of flavor with a pleasant smokiness, a delicious way to approach Renaissance cuisine.